On April 1st, 2021, I ditched a career I absolutely hated to better myself and do the things I've always wanted to do. And that included my growing love and obsession with Ireland. I want to learn everything: culture, history, mythology, music, and the language. Which, if I'm being honest, looks really hard to learn, but I'm going to give it the old Smith try. Then, of course, there is my love of pubs and the role that they've played throughout history, and no better example of that than on that beautiful, beleaguered island in the North Atlantic, Ireland. April 1st, 2026, I depart for the Emerald Isle, and for 1 year, I'll hike town by town and conduct interviews with pub owners, pub regulars, historians, town know-it-alls, musicians, and basically anybody that wants to talk to me. If you'd like to support the project and the journey, basic Patreon support is only $3 a month, but just liking a video or subscribing to the channel and following the journey is just as helpful. I'm always looking for volunteers to work as liaisons for the project too, so if you live in Ireland and know people, feel free to hit me up. This is a huge goal and I need all the help I can get. The Smitty Learns Irish Pubcast begins April 26th and will be my life's work. Thank you.
And a happy Wednesday. My name is Smitty from the What the Hell Everything Podcast. This is the What the Hell Everything Podcast. I am he. And thank you for checking it out, man. It is an ever-growing thing. More and more people are checking out the What the Hell Everything Podcast. So I'm going to actually, a little bit later, if I remember, I always say, I need to turn this down. I love Alice in Chains, but it's a little loud in my ears right now while I'm trying to talk. Matter of fact, let's just get this input switched over and then pause it and put some fucking headphones on and get ready to do a podcast. If I remember, I'm going to give some international shout-outs, man. Some cities that are, or could be little towns, I don't know, in other parts of the world other than here in northern Michigan that are checking out the podcast. So if I remember, I usually I have notes on the podcast, but sometimes my stuff's so jumbled I'm like, there's really no fucking organization to this shit whatsoever. But if you check this out, then hey, you kind of know it is what it is. On a Wednesday, we are tuned up, and we'll kick off with the word of the day. The word of the day. I told my mom, I was sitting with my parents yesterday because I go over there to do laundry, which is not something I like to do, but it's way better than living with them. There's just no laundromat in this town. So it's regardless of where I go, it's about a 15 fucking minute drive. So I'm like, well, fuck, I got to go that way anyway. My parents are before town, you know? And it's a good excuse to get, drop in and see how they're doing. But my mom just out of nowhere, because I kind of decided, sorry, left turn, that happens quite a bit with me, but I decided, because I've never really fucking knew how to title my podcast, as stupid as it sounds. I would just do the date. When I was doing the old Smitty Dicks podcast with my brother, that was episode 123, but I just started doing the date, and then I'm like, well, I didn't want to fucking start with episode 1, and that's a lot of fucking videos now that I got to go and relabel. If I did it that way, I could. But I was just like, I don't really know how to organize the titles of these fucking things. Not that you need to necessarily, but I'm like, oh, I'm doing the word of the day. So the word of the day is kind of I just kind of make that the fucking podcast title every day. Every podcast, that's the fucking title. Well, my mom yesterday was like, Janik, what's Janik? Which was the word of the day. That was the title. And I just had to explain it to her. What? You just pick words to do words of the day? I'm like, I pick a fucking word, the word of the day on dictionary.com. Oh, I just thought you picked words. And I'm like, Mom, I don't pick words, you know? It's just, first of all, it's just there. Plus, I like to learn things. You should appreciate that. And then she laughed at the idea. So I don't know if it's a stupid bit or if my mom just doesn't get it. It's possible. Anyway, the word of the day is Cavil, or Cavil, because it's spelled like Henry Cavil, or Cavil. I guess I don't know how to pronounce his fucking name. This is C-A-V-I-L. I have no idea. How do you pronounce this newfangled word? Cavil. Well, there you go.
Cavil.
Okay. The pronunciation's right in front of your face, Smith. What does this word mean? Cavil. Cavil. To raise irritating and trivial objections, find fault with unnecessarily, which is 95% of the comment section on fucking you name your social media. I don't know which one's worse. I mean, really, to raise irritating and trivial objections. Man, let's bring that word back. It's a verb. How do you use this in a sentence? First of all, first recorded in 1540 to 1550 from the Latin cavillere, to jeer, scoff, or quibble. Cavillere is a derivative of cavilla, jesting, or banter. There you go. Instead of appreciating the effort put into the event, he chose to cavil about the choice of music, claiming it ruined the entire experience. You fucking cunt. That's basically what cavil means. That's the noun for cavil. Oh, man. You know? I always said fucking, maybe that's the word. Maybe that's the word. I'm always like, well, what word would you like to describe cunty behavior if you don't like that word? And I guess that's it right there. Fantastic. Learning shit with the word of the day. I mean, I'm not back to 100% from my mental blow. Blow to my heart from the Lions losing. I mean, the silver lining is that Ben Johnson is staying the offensive coordinator. And that's great. That was a little piece. But, man, it's actually going to work to my benefit right now because I've spent way too much time, not too much time invested, but a lot of time invested watching things and reading things and thinking about things. It's nice to kind of, in a way, have the break. I don't even know if I want to watch the fucking Super Bowl. I don't even know, which is new for me. I always like to. There's something about it this year. I had the day off scheduled, and I might be like, hey, I'll work. And then maybe catch it at a passing glance every once in a while. But it's just going to fucking piss me off. My mood's better than what it was. It's baby steps, It's like every fucking breakup or everything terrible that happens in your life. And you're just like, you get over it fucking eventually. Man. Anyway. I'm not back to fucking 100% yet. But I'm getting there, It's just me. It's just baby steps. But again, it's going to benefit me. That was the whole point of that story, is that, my whole routine in the morning, which I've been trying to break, is just because I need to spend more time in here on the computer doing things. And my fucking routine is usually 90 minutes in the morning with coffee and SportsCenter on ESPN. That's what I'm watching. And I don't want to watch it right now, because I know I'm going to hear people talk shit, and I know it's going to bring up bad memories right now. I'm not ready to revisit those memories as of this moment. So I'm just like, fuck it. I just come in here and do work. And it's going to be like that at least through the Super Bowl, probably. I'm already starting talking about the draft, though. And Ben Johnson coming back. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's get to some reactions. Got some fun things to do today, man. Including like what has to be a classic. This is coming up is Ice Spice, Think You the Shit, Fart, in parentheses. I mean, it's clearly going to be an instant classic, so we're probably going to mock that. When I say we, that's us, you guys. Anybody on Patreon, especially on the live stream. It's all us, okay? We're in this together. Anyway. Hey, let's scroll some fucking headlines before we get to back to another reaction. I do have quite a few headlines I want to scroll through today. What's this first one? Anybody on the live stream, by the way? If there is, throw you want me to react to anything, throw it in the comment section. If you're on a live stream and just sitting in on whatever I'm talking about and you want to chime in on a topic or whatever, or you just want to tell me to fuck off, you can do that too. I am a master at taking constructive criticism. How's a fuck off constructive criticism? It's all about how it's placed. It's all about how it's worded. Anyway, what the fuck was I gonna do? Oh yeah, headline scroll. This is kind of stupid. I don't know why I saved it, but it was a gun from the Civil War found in a local Walmart in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I'm just like, is it fucking? I guess I don't really know. I don't really know why I would save that fucking story. But sometimes that's the really dumb hilarity of being me. Let's delete this, shall we? Let's scroll some more. Oh, I remember why I saved this. Because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll save a story and then I just have like a funny thing about it in my head and then I forget to make a note of the funny thing. You know, struggle in my life. This is a Reddit post from the Not the Onion thread. Extreme metal guitar skills linked to intra-sexual competition but not mating success. This post has been removed by the moderators of the Not the Onion. Damn it. Moderators remove posts from feeds for a variety of reasons, including keeping community safe, civil, and true to their purpose. I don't even know what intrasexual means. I thought I was going to learn a new word. Like, I could. Man, do I really want to start Googling that? You know? Do I really want to start Googling that? Maybe if I go to dictionary.com. that won't hit the algorithm. I'm sure it fucking will. What's that goddamn word? Look. Intrasexual. What the fuck does that word mean? And it's like I don't even want to what is this story? Maybe I could just Google the story. And that'll tell me. I had it saved, you guys, I swear. What the fuck is the name of it? Extreme metal guitar skills. Extreme metal guitar skills. Sorry, this is just the way it's got to be. Linked to intrasexual competition. Linked to intrasexual. Let's just fucking try that. Here we go. This is a pay post or scipost.org. I don't know what the fuck this is, but let's find out, shall we? Here we go. Extreme metal skills linked to intrasexual competition, but not mating success. What the fuck? New research sheds light on the relationship between guitar skills in extreme metal music, mating success, and male competition. I'm sure it doesn't. This has to be satire. Maybe it was because it was not The Onion, and it's probably an Onion story. The study, focusing on male heterosexual guitar players, reveals intriguing connections between the time spent practicing certain guitar techniques and the psychological aspects of mating motivation and intrasexual competition. This is what guitar players fucking tell themselves. If I'm just raging, she want to fucking blow me. Maybe that's true. I mean, there's fucking groupies for a reason, right? You know? According to study author Tara DeLise, I've always been interested in evolutionary perspectives on music. She's a postdoctoral researcher and special lecturer at Oakland University, if this story is real. One of the most popular hypotheses on the adaptive function of music, if there is one, is that being able to create music increases one's attractiveness as a mate, which would explain popular trends among musicians, such as why an average ugly fuck like Lemmy, is getting laid all the time. I mean, fuck, maybe this story is real. It has to be. It has to be. I took a shit on it, but it makes more and more sense when all the dudes in Motley Crue are just fucking slaying, So, okay, now I know what the fuck that word means. Maybe I gotta find out what intrasexual means, because they didn't give me the actual fucking definition. What is intrasexual? Am I fucking spelling it wrong? Well, there's no fucking definition on dictionary.com, so it doesn't even exist. That whole fucking story is bullshit. But I mean, it's still basically science that Mick Jagger is still getting laid. Hey, let's do a little headline scroll. This was fun. I wouldn't mind living in Texas. I don't know enough about Texas never been there before. I know there's a lot of great people there. I know there's a lot of cool fucking towns, a lot of great cities. But apparently, it is reportedly slang for crazy in Norway. No fucking shit. Now, this is a fact check. That's not necessarily true. Take that back. This is from Snopes. Actually reposted from Yahoo. But it's a fact check. Texas is reportedly slang for crazy in Norway. Here are the facts. Why not? The claim is that Norwegians say Texas as slang to mean wild or crazy. Man, that guy's super Texas. If you say it in a fucking Texas accent. I mean, they might agree with you. A claim about Norwegian slang. Oh, that is a true rating. That is absolutely true, according to this. A claim about Norwegian slang has regularly been shared on Texas-oriented social media accounts for nearly a decade. Residents of the Scandinavian nation use the name of the U.S. state as a word for something crazy and lawless. And they'd be down with that in Texas. They'd be like, fuck yeah, we're fucking Texas. The bit of linguistic trivia became popular internet fodder following an October 2015 story. Okay. Now I wonder, my first thought was that they came up with that word organically and it didn't mean the state of Texas, but there's no way that's true. They adopted that word to mean to mock Texas 100%. This usage has a fairly long history in Norway and is linked to the popularity of American Western films and books. Okay. Not only are we learning words on this podcast, we're learning fucking origin of phrases. Big fan. It became part of the language and when Norwegians started watching cowboy movies and reading Western literature. The genre was extremely popular in Norway, and a lot of it featured Texas, so the word became a symbol of something lawless and without control. No fucking shit. That's interesting. I was actually watching the fucking fascinating movie Belfast. And the similar thing where this kid, it's a black and white movie, and it's 1970s during the Troubles in Northern Ireland in Belfast. And this kid's watching Westerns on TV. And my mom was like, what the fuck did she say? She goes, that's silly. Are people watching fucking Westerns in Ireland? I'm like, why the fuck is that silly? What the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you say that? I was just trying to figure out the fucking silly part of it. Because they like something that is outside of their world. It's a fucking island, and people are trying to get the fuck off of there right now. So all they're thinking about is like those things. I don't know if that's true necessarily. Anyway, so that's where that fucking term came from. We did a hard 180 there, Smith. That's what happens on the What the Hell Everything podcast. That's all right. That's all right. Hey, let's do a fucking quick international shout out and then the 420 break. Let's do an international shout out. This one radio bit that I wish I would have kept simply for that intro, and it was good buddy Ryan McTighe, who very well could be on the live stream. And when we were doing a show together, when our station finally caught up with society and started streaming the station live over the internet, we're like, oh, okay, yeah. Then we started doing international shout-outs, and Ryan did the fucking high voice, and I did the low voice, and it was international shout-out. And I wish I still had that bit for this fucking occasion. I think it's super cool, man, that the podcast is starting to reach other places, so I'm simply going to look at the last 5 episodes. I'm getting, just picking a couple, man. Or, the last 10 episodes. I had that clicked instead. Let's see. In France, is it Montmagny? Val d'Oise? I'm sorry. I took freshman year French for 1 year, but I don't remember shit. Is it County Louth in Ireland? I don't know how to say this town's name. Drogheda? Sorry. In Dublin, in Cork, in County Cork. In Chicago, Illinois. Berlin, is that in Germany? Yeah, I think it is in Germany. I think Thuringia could be in Germany as well, or perhaps, I think that is in Germany. I had 2 downloads in Germany. Yeah, man. So I think it's fucking awesome. If you are checking the podcast out there or anywhere else, give me a shout. Give me a drop. Let me know why you're checking it out and what you're enjoying. I would love to hear from you. So big thanks. International shout out. International shout out. Sorry. Anytime I get an excuse to sing on the podcast, I should not take. That's really how this goes. All right, let's do some headline scrolls and get the flock out of here. Actually, I remember why I saved this one. And I was going to go off into some stories about me as a fucking teenage criminal, but I might save that till Friday because, I'm actually just going to put that right front and center for Friday. Right now. That way, I can remember. Because it's just about a bunch of dumb teenagers, and it was going to lead into stupid fucking Smith criminal stories that could be used as I don't want not inspiration for young kids to do stupid things, but good lessons of what not to do. We'll do that. Here's a headline for you: Super Bowl rigged for Chiefs so Taylor Swift can sway presidency. Do I really even want to fucking click on that? It's just like, I already said I wasn't going to watch the Super Bowl, but it didn't have anything to fucking do with Taylor Swift. I don't give a shit that she's at those games. Why wouldn't she be at her boyfriend's game? It's not her fucking fault she's famous and people want to take her goddamn picture. It's to her benefit she's famous, probably. Or to her credit, she's famous, probably. Super famous. Plus, I bet that team is fucking like, hey, thanks, Taylor Swift, for all this extra fucking attention. I'm sure. But it ain't her fault. Why wouldn't she go to her boyfriend's game? Fucking assholes, man. I had these conspiracy theories, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to click on them because it's going to fucking piss me off. But this one, this is a host of them. These are the different conspiracies. That one was just one. Let's list all the conspiracies. Swift is working with Roger Goodell to announce her Biden endorsement during the Super Bowl. Of course, why not? Fucking, the deep state put Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce in an arranged relationship and is going to rig the Super Bowl in order to maximize their cultural cachet so they can endorse Joe Biden in 8 months. This man was polling third in the GOP presidential primary. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at here. What's the next one? Taylor Swift is a satanic agent of witchcraft sent here by Satan to keep God's chosen one, Donald J. Trump, out of the White House. Boy, if that's true, thanks a lot, Satan and Taylor Swift. I don't even think that's going to help. I predict fucking Donald Trump's going to totally win. In some way, shape, or form. Let's just go to the next one. Let's just list them. We don't need to fucking read the blog articles about them because, that's enough. Just list them. We get the fucking idea. What's the next one? Was there only 2? That's enough, right? Do we need more examples of fucking insaneness? Insaneness in this fucking insane world that we live in. It's hard to take sometimes. It's hard to know how to take sometimes. All right, last story. Australian man escapes Hungry Jack restaurant, escapes jail. Oh, fucking pop-ups, you son of a bitch. Australian man escapes jail for exposing his penis at Hungry Jack's after super Viagra orgy. That's just too many key words in one headline to fucking skip, Hungry Jack's looks like Burger King. Oh, there we go. Hungry Jack's is Burger King in Australia. No fucking shit. Why? Was that clearly that's a more appealing name? That is definitely a more like it would be a more stereotypical Australian sounding name, I feel like, It'd just be Barbie shrimp or something like that would be the most obvious choice, but Hungry Jack's seems like it's the next most. Okay. here we go. Now we're fucking learning shit too. An Australian man has escaped jail for visiting a Hungry Jack's drive-thru with a visible erection after claiming he was suffering from the effects of Super Viagra. Is that something that's marketed? Super Viagra. They call. Hang on, let's bring up the fucking dictionary for the another word to learn, because I have to do that if I'm reading a fucking story and I don't know what a word means. David Richardson, a farrier from Humpty Doo, Australia. You don't fucking say. What's a farrier, by the way? A farrier. A blacksmith. I don't know why profession is always needed when you're telling a story about somebody. Yeah, it's just some blacksmith jerking off in the Burger King. That's how an American would say it. Anyway, he was in Humpty Doo. He pleaded guilty last week in court and was given good behavioral bond. His lawyer told the court his client had taken a substance known as Pitbull Super Viagra. The substance, which contains multiple erection dysfunction medicines, promises on the packet to give a man an erection that lasts for days. Why the fuck would you want that? Are you going anywhere? Well, I guess not if there was an orgy involved. He said it had the desired effect after enjoying his time with a number of young ladies. 51-year-old Richardson, the creepy 51-year-old Richardson, I might add, reportedly remained rigid and when his penis began to split, started to panic, because that's the most rational feeling, when your penis starts to split. So he went for a feed. What does that mean? What does a feed mean? Is that a doctor's visit? This newfangled New Zealand lingo, because this is from the NZ Herald. New Zealand Herald? Malley explained that Richardson's genitals were too sensitive to wear shorts, so he draped a towel over the affected area and went through the drive-thru of Hungry Jack's, home of the Whopper. Why, if you're gonna fucking change the name of Burger King, change the name of the fucking sandwich, you know what I mean? But come to think of it, Whopper sounds pretty Australian. Reported that his was witnessed by a 16-year-old worker, of course, who was reduced to tears. Yeah, no fucking shit. Seems like a good idea. You know? The case's bizarre details have made headlines worldwide, and here in northern Michigan, too. Boners are better at Hungry Jack's, one paper's headline said. Oh my fucking God. Some people just make the worst fucking decisions, you know? I'm always put myself in those situations, and hopefully I come out of them on the right end. If I ever just have an uncontrollable boner, I hopefully will not fucking try to justify it by going out in public, you know? It's just not good. What is good is this fucking show. I had a blast for just about 2 hours with you. Of course, the podcast talkie bits get chopped up, edited for the podcast, which gets released hopefully around 4 p.m. on podcast day. On fucking Monday, I was in such a fucking down mood from the Lions, 100%, that I recorded the podcast on the live stream and all the things, and then I just said, fuck it. And I just went and sat down and watched movies like I was having a sick day. And I just sat there laying down watching Rebel Moon, which I thought sucked, and turned it off like halfway through. But that does it for me. You guys, I'm out of here. Thanks so much if you're on the live stream. If you're just checking it out, thanks so much. Just a clip or a video here and there. Please give it a like and subscribe. It goes so fucking far. And then you want to explore a little further, Patreon is available as well. And please consider downloading a podcast every once in a while, throwing it on a commute, and it leads to more. It leads to more, and I'll soak into your system. You know, once I soak into the system, it's hard to get me out. Sorry, that's terrible. I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm fucking out of here. Peace.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody!
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Bye-bye. Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys there.
By the bar and get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch! Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog. I love y'all very much. Peace out!
Good night, ladies.
What the hell? Everything!